Here I am again at 9 o'clock on Monday night, and I figured I'd do another video to upload for tomorrow or maybe later tonight. It's some writing that I did, and I wanted to share it with those of you who this resonates with, so it might be a two-part video. First and foremost, let me say thank you to all my subscribers. Those who have been with me since the beginning and those who are new to the channel, all of you matter to me, and I am forever grateful for you joining. I really enjoy getting the comments. I've met some really amazing people, and I am just truly, truly blessed and grateful for all of you. I'm trying to figure out how to shut the volume down. Let's see. It'll go away in a minute, and then I'll be able to shut the noise off. I have a Zombieland playing in the background while I was looking at this writing that I did to help a client with not being able to figure out how to not absorb other people's energy. Because as we all know as empaths, that happens way too often, especially in the beginning of our realization of us being empaths and on our path for looking for answers. We often have that horrible energy problem where it drains us and causes different kinds of physical and emotional issues for a majority of us. We're all different. So depending on the level of empathy that you have at the time, because we all grow with this and it gets more intense, depends on what happens to you. So I wanted to do a video, and this video is how to stop absorbing other people's energy, especially toxic people. Now, first, what you're going to need to do, and what I had to learn how to do, is to recognize the feelings of others. A true empath, because people use the word empath too loosely. And if you revert back to one of my videos, I talk about this, where there's the empath just feels the feelings of people around them in the physical environment, meaning they go to the store and they feel the feelings of someone being sad next to them or someone being angry next to them, and that is the extent of it. That is not a true empath. That's somebody who has empathy, but that is not a true empath. A true empath is someone who can be connected to someone and know that they're hurting or in pain in another state. That's someone who can be here in their house and know that their boyfriend or their girlfriend or significant other or their mother or father is suffering somewhere else. That's a true empath. Well, that's one part of a true empath. So when we absorb the pain and suffering from those who are around us, this includes not only physical around us, but we have to acknowledge it as our own, right? So acknowledging it as our own is something that early empaths do without realizing they're doing it. So we are completely open. We don't know how to protect ourselves. We don't know how to shield. We don't know how to keep ourselves in a bubble. And so we don't know how to let just the good come in, right? So if you in your life have ever been around someone who was overly negative, you know how exhausting that can be. Early on in my discovery of who I was, yet again in my awakening, ascending process, which is what I want to call it, I did not react as much as I do now to these type of people. I would accept it, take it in, of course not realize or know it or acknowledge it, and take it in as my own, thinking that it was me, because I didn't know any other way. This is going to resonate with a lot of people who are watching this video or will watch it later on. It's really a sad state of affairs because many people who are suffering with depression, anxiety, anger that comes on suddenly do not even realize that it's not them to the degree that they think it is. If I tried to close it off at that time, I wouldn't feel anything, and I didn't like that at all. I would be numb. I once was pressured by someone in my life to take medication for my erratic emotions. For a year, I was on antidepressants because of the non-acceptance of who I was, which pretty much shut everything off for me and made me like a zombie. Now, after that time, I refused to shut completely down, no matter how much information was coming through and how much it was affecting me and my health and my well-being, because I didn't like the feeling of being numb. I didn't like the feeling of walking around with no feelings at all. I mean, it was crazy before that, but I would rather feel that than nothing at all. Learning over the years, those of us who are strong empaths, we have to do things differently in order to survive and to prevent the negative, toxic energy of those around us to absorb within us and affect our emotions and our situations in life. So I have some pointers that I came up with in my research over the years that I put together that can help you when you're struggling with such things that I just discussed. And I really, really hope that whoever's watching this will resonate with you and you will understand what I'm about to tell you. So I wrote down the points so that I wouldn't forget how to give them to you when you're watching this video. So number one, try to be in nature more often. The forest, the woods, the beach are places that help me tremendously. No matter what the situation, being there is so beneficial to our well-being. This will allow you as an empath to put your mind and soul at peace, putting you back in a more relaxed, less reactive state of mind. That's what's important here. If you are unable to get outside, the gym and working out are another place that has helped me. As long as I have the right music and crystals on me, I can shake it off that way. So if the weather isn't pertaining to you, meaning you can't go somewhere because it's either snowing or raining or you can't get there, but you can get to the gym or you can get to your own house where you have a gym or a treadmill, that's what I do. Be responsible for yourself. Number two, I'm going to tell you what this means. This basically means that you need to learn how to know what is you, and knowing you are the person responsible for your feelings, thoughts, and actions. No one else is going to take responsibility for your feelings but you. The universe is always putting people and places in our lives to test us. It's just a common knowledge for you in your life. If you're an empath, you're completely nodding your head right now. Never let someone defeat you, ever, by gaining that control from you. Don't let someone do that to you. I, too many times, have been guilty of this in this life and have been that person. You fall victim, and it's harder to snap back out of that once you've gotten into that routine of giving someone else the power. Number three is very, very important, and I cannot tell you over the years how many clients I've tried to help with this that claim they can't do it, and they struggle with it, and they don't follow the steps that I give them to do it. So I'm going to stress it here. Number three, meditate. Meditate. This is a huge step in the process of being able to clear your head and focus and be able to know what's your energy and what isn't. I once had a person I was mentoring that was very early on in her empathy. She fought me tooth and nail not to meditate. It was boring. She couldn't quiet her mind. After countless discussions with her, I told her to do a minute a day and work herself up. I gave her pointers of how to begin it, so eventually 20 to 30 minutes would be nothing. It has so many benefits for you as an empath, intuitive, introvert, that I always say at least give it a chance. It is an awesome way to clear yourself of negative energy that you might have absorbed, as well as help you control it so that you don't absorb it so easily all the time. It can also help you with the right techniques to recognize attachments from not very respectful energy feeders. And what I want to call them, no disrespect to those who do it freely, psychic vampires. If you want to know more intense techniques to help you learn how to defeat these situations and defeat them, let me know. Comment below. I have techniques that have helped me tremendously to keep these people from feeding off of me. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you don't have to worry about it. Once you get stronger in this whole environment of empathy, it will become easier. You'll become stronger, and your ability to block, shield, cut cords of such things and people will grow so much stronger. Cutting cords is huge, and that's a process that I'm still writing out for techniques. If you would like me to share them with you, I certainly would love to share that with you, and I can write something up and share it with you as well. Number 4. Sorry, I almost dropped my laptop. Do not give space to negative people. By you doing the above, all the above up to 3, and not giving them space, they'll try to connect whatever way they can. But if you give them that space, you're giving them that in. Once they realize that you're unpenetrable, meaning you won't be affected by them, and the first person that I think of is a narcissist. Because let's face it, all of us attract narcissists. Passive-aggressive, narcissistic, sociopaths. Those are the 3 that come to mind. But narcissist is huge. Once you give them the power, they will take it. Once you realize how to treat them, and I could do another video on this as well, they won't be able to penetrate you, and they will eventually give up. The more you pay attention to them, the more you feed into it, giving them space in your head and your energy field, the more they will grow, and the more of the negativity you will absorb as an empath. They can dump it on you while feeding off of you as long as you allow them that space. Number 5, one key that is huge for me that I have not done in 5 years on this journey is the following. You cannot please everyone. This took me getting hit over the head 1,000,000 times by the universe and spirit and my higher self. You are here for yourself, not others, or they will flat out hate you. So let me explain this. What I just said, you are here for yourself, not others. There will always be someone upset at the outcome of something or someone's reaction to them, or they will flat out hate you. That's what I mean by this. The deeper and deeper into their negative energy, and you keep pushing them away, they're going to hate you. They're going to spew things about you. They're going to tell people things about you, because guess what? It's not really you that they're bitching about. It's a reflection of themselves, because they can't figure out how to penetrate you. Now, fixing someone is not part of any of our paths. Yes, we're healers, but you can only give them the tools to help themselves. I think many empaths beginning in their journey try to do this. Me being guilty too as well. Because we're always searching for that acceptance, unconditional love, and acknowledgement until we reach that in our ascending path. Number 6, caution. This is a huge one. Now listen to me. I said caution. Caution is when I help clients. I'll use that as an example. I do readings, or I'm just mentoring someone, right? So I'm either doing a reading, I'm mentoring someone, or I'm just talking to someone trying to give them some kind of inkling of what they need to do. Be cautious when choosing the people you allow into your circle and your life. Many times you just have to cut cords. When someone is not benefiting you in any way, no matter how much you yearn for them to be a certain way, they're not going to change. They will only bring you down further, continuously letting you down. You taking it personally, which I am 100% guilty of. Why are you taking it personally? Because you are giving them way too much energy and space within your life, and there's some self-esteem issues or something going on with you that it's reflecting on. So you need to work on you first and love you 100% before you can ever accept anyone in your life. We take it personally because we're giving them way too much of our energy. You are the only one that will realize this. For me, It often sounds selfish when I say this, but it's not. It's the truth. When you get to this point, that person is not ever going to reciprocate your friendship like you do to them. Let's just face it. So it's time for you to be selfish and cut the cords. Freeloaders, users, feeders, they all will try to work on your guilt because you're a good person. And because we are light workers, and because we are compassionate, and because we are loving, we often fall for it. I have learned once you stop expecting from others, you won't be hurt or disappointed in their actions. It will get easier and easier the stronger you get to stop giving up your space to those types of people. Taking back your power. It's really hard to do, but once you do it, there's no looking back. Believe me, I've learned that 5 years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. In the stages of our growth, in the stages of our growth and our evolvement and awakening, and our ascending, because some of us are ascending, we go through a long period of time where it's intense because our vibration is not horribly high. When it's not horribly high, we attract lower vibration people. But as our vibration gets higher, which you'll notice on your path, it boosts your energy, and you're able to take back your power, is what I'm trying to say, in not so many words. So people in your life who make you feel terrible for being you, you'll realize you are worth happiness, right? You're worthy of happiness. You're worthy of love. You deserve to live your life with whom you are to the fullest that you can. Once your vibration gets higher, as in my experience has been in the past year, you'll attract like-minded people, and your tribe will come out of the woodwork. I can't tell you how many amazing people I've met just in the last year, just online, either on Facebook or Instagram or on YouTube especially, that I just know that I have a connection with, and that I know they're my tribe family. It's really strange to say that to a normal person who doesn't understand what a tribe family is or what their people are. But I can truly tell you that if it wasn't for the internet, I probably would have never met these people. I know I have tribe family in Australia, New Zealand, the UK, and here in the States, and in Canada. It's just part of my life. I hope these 6 steps have helped you. Learning what the difference is between your energy and someone else is probably another video I would need to do to explain to you. Those of you who are interested in it, please comment below and let me know. If not, I won't do the video, because if no one's really going to watch it, it's not worth it. However, I don't mind doing the video. It's really hard to teach it without giving you examples, but I'd be happy to do that. And I just wanted to put this video out there because I have met so many empaths that do YouTube channels that I watch that are either giving misinformation or haven't reached that part of them. So how are you going to teach someone else if you haven't done it yourself? And I'm not trying to be mean or ignorant or pointing my finger like I'm better than you. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying I like to look for information from people who genuinely have gone through it and have worked through it, and that actually are telling you from experience, not just regurgitating things that they found on the internet. Now, the only reason I've been reading off of this outline that I had is because I tend to go off on a rant when I do these videos. If you look at my first few videos, because I've been doing this for a year, where I'll get sidetracked and go on a rant. And I didn't want to go on a rant in this video because I wanted to give you the key points that I felt were very important to helping all of you who are watching this. Thank you, and I hope you have a great night. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video or the content of the video. Don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe if you haven't, the bell for notifications if you haven't already. It'll alert you when I put up new content. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing or sharing my channel with those of you friends or family that might be interested. And like I said, you're not alone in this path of empathy, believe me. And any of you out there who are listening to this, a narcissist is our kryptonite. And I can't even remotely tell you without getting really choked up that I didn't even realize in my life all these years until this last year when I really did soul searching that my mom was a narcissist, and that's where it all started. So that was really hard for me. So I hope you all have a great night. I hope you have found this video informative, and I hope you'll come back to my channel. Blessed be and have a great evening. Thank you for coming.